All right, good morning, traders. Today is April 25th, 2024. Thank you for being here. My SPY pivot this morning is 504.30. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All of the Fab Five still in downtrends. QQQ and SPY made higher highs and higher lows, closing below the bearish trap under the 17 EMA. IWM made an inside day. That would be a lower high and a higher low, closing between the bullish cross and the falling 17 EMA. FNGU made an outside day. That would be a higher high and a lower low, closing below the bearish trap under the falling 17 EMA. Diamond Dow made a lower low and a lower high, closing over the bullish trap, but under the 17 EMA. Gold and silver, still both in uptrends, made higher highs and higher lows, but closing below a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. USO, still in an uptrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing below the bearish trap under the 17 EMA. UNG, no surprises here, still in a downtrend, made a lower high and a lower low, closing below the bearish cross under the 17 EMA. US dollar index still in an uptrend, closed the day around the 105.80 area. All right, let's go take a look at some charts. Before we start off with the charts, let's just do a speed test, all right? Because I put in some new internet last night. I got some Verizon. And I wasn't even getting T-Mobile, not even a megabyte. So here we are, not even 1 megabyte from T-Mobile. And here we are with Verizon. I got about 190 megabytes per second. So woohoo, T-Mobile, you suck. I just wanted that on the record. All right, so first chart, SPY. Daily candle, let's take a look at it. Big red candle, not liking that. But higher low, higher high, like that. Closing inside the bearish trap or below the bearish trap under a falling 17 EMA. Still in a downtrend, SPY. I had to cough there just for a second. All right, let's take a look at QQQ. Let's go take a look at SPY. Let's drill down. All right. So on the chart, okay, so we have the 2 hour. We had a bullish 2 hour trap hanging out. Now in the pre-market, we have a bearish 2 hour trap. All right. And on the 10-minute, we left off yesterday. Oh, look at that. With a bearish cross on the 10-minute and a 10-minute downtrend. So that would be a bearish stack on the 10-minute as we left yesterday in the final moments. All right. And in the pre-market, what do we have? Looking like another bearish stack. Continuation of this downtrend. All right. So on today's agenda, what we're looking for, all right, since we have the bearish stack in the 2 hour, I'm looking for, and we had a bearish 10-minute in the final moments, I'm looking for red to wipe out green entries. So those are my entries. Red candles, erase green candles. That's my entry right there for a short to the downside. First target, 556. That's my first target. Got to get below this anchored VWAP. All right, and that anchored VWAP comes from the recent low that we made right here. Put it right there. Okay, you can see here's the anchored VWAP. You can see here's the rubber band candle. They couldn't break the rubber band candle right there. So I'm looking for red, erasing green as my entry for a 10-minute downtrend. Now they may consolidate. We'll see what happens. All right. So there's SPY. And the pivot for today is, let me just go ahead and stack that in there now. Right there, 504.30. You can see this candle, this valley that comes down. We get on top of this valley, start climbing up this breakdown candle. I'm looking for these highs up here. All right. So the pivot 504.30. Let's go ahead and fatten that up for a second here. Get that going. There's our pivot 504.30. All right. We're bearish. We got a bearish 2-hour stack. And we got a bearish 10-minute stack where we left off with yesterday evening. And in the pre-market, we're looking for another bearish stack coming in here. Looking for red, wipes out green as an entry. So there's SPY. So now you are all prepared for 9:30 when the market opens. All right, let's take a look at QQQ. All right, QQQ on the daily chart. Higher low, higher high, big red candle. Not liking the big red candle. Nice price action though. Higher low, higher high. Wish that was green. But anyways, okay, closing below the bearish trap, below the falling 17 EMA. Still got a bearish stack in the QQQ on the daily chart. There's QQQ. Let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow. And yesterday's price action, lower high, lower low, closing over the bullish trap, but underneath the 17 EMA. So there's Diamond Dow. Okay, all of the Fab 5 are still in downtrends. So there's Diamond Dow. Let's take a look at IWM. All right, so IWM puts in an inside day, lower high, higher low, closing over the bearish cross, the bullish cross, but under the 17 EMA right there. So there's IWM. Oh, look at IWM crawling, creeping up there in the pre-market. Nice work, IWM. Look like they're going to make a new high, new 3-day, 4-day high. Continue with this trend. Little pause here, maybe some break out of those highs right there. That'd be nice. IWM. Okay. Still in a downtrend. All right. Lower high, higher low, inside day. Closing over the bullish cross, but underneath the 17 EMA. Okay. Let's take a look at FNGU. FNGU had an outside day. Higher high, lower low. Big red candle. Closing below the bearish trap, under a falling 17 EMA. Not liking that at all. Okay, there's FNGU. All right. Let's take a look at energy. So we'll start off with USO. That's petroleum crude oil. Yesterday's price action. Higher low, higher high. Closing under a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. That's still flat. USO still in a daily uptrend. Okay, UNG, different story. UNG, lower high, lower low, closing below the bearish cross, below the falling 17 EMA. Still in a downtrend, UNG. No surprises there. All right, let's take a look at precious metals. Let's hit silver. Silver got a higher high and a higher low, closing up below the bearish trap and below the 17 EMA. So there's silver. Gold, I think, is doing the same thing. Gold putting in a higher high and a higher low, but closing below the bearish trap and the 17 EMA. Gold did the same thing. Let's take a look at our technicals. Yesterday's price action was, we fell out of the buyer's chop zone and we came down here to the midpoint, had a little charity hop bounce right there, and then came down, made a lower low, and from there we rallied back up to the midpoint. So spent our day mostly in the chop zone. Came out of the buyer's chop zone and found some action in the seller's chop zone and right back at the midpoint. So that's where we are with T2122. What are we looking for in T2122? I've got this higher low here. I'm looking for the higher high. Got a double top, so they may come back and consolidate right through here. So good chance for consolidation unless we make that higher high. I've got a double top, kind of got a little mini double bottom too. So probably going to be a consolidation day. If it is a consolidation day, you're looking for spreads. Spreads would be the best plan of action if we consolidate. If we can't get any breakouts, All right, so there's T21.22, T21.23, sold off at the beginning of the day, rallied into the end, then had a little sell off at the end of the day. All right, so just kind of flat right here. All right, you can see it's kind of like a big hockey stick. This being the handle, the shaft, and this would be the blade to your hockey stick. All right, T21.23, and here you are. You see it on the bigger picture. Okay, this was the prior all-time high. This was the all-time high for this year, right up here. 635, 316, right about that. And you can see right here, we're still in this hockey stick bear flag. Not liking that. I really like the V-bottom bounces where they come down, they hit the rising 200, and they bounce up. Okay, they're just hanging out here way too long, which kind of makes me think there's another leg to the lower side. Now, if we do get that lower leg, all right, my targets are going to be, you know, right around 480 for SPY. We still didn't come, we never came back and tested 480. We never came back and tested 500 till we did last week. All right, so a test of 480 would be normal, and that would be minor support. Tapping that minor support, hope to see a V-bottom if we go down there and hit the 480 and then rally back to 500, back up to 520. All right, so right now T21.23 not doing the V-bottom makes me think they may have 480 for SPY in their sights. In other words, come back and test that 480 before running off to new higher highs. All right, so there's T21.23. You can see it's been red all week for a while. All right, so hockey stick. Catching on this rising 200, that's good. All right, but I like to see a V-bottom, not this hockey stick looking thing. What we got here is a big bear flag. So there's T21.23, 3-bar chart. And for price action for FNGU, wow, did they fall out of bed. All right, so we got a rolling over 200 SMA on the 15-minute chart for FNGU. They could not get on top of that. They got smacked down. That's that 45 degree right there. That's tough to pass through. All right, when it's flat like this, you can get across. But when it's coming down like that and you haven't touched it for a while, you get that 45 degree drop. It's going to be tough to pass through that one. You can see the first attempt was smacked down to the base. Here's the base. Tried it again. Couldn't even get over VWAP. Made a little higher low. Tried it one more time and really got crushed on this one. All right, so back down to almost the prior lows down here. So there's FNGU, not looking good for this morning. Probably in a 2-hour downtrend, most likely in a 10-minute downtrend. But there's FNG on the 15. FNGU not helping us out today. All right, not unless maybe some of those big cap, big boys that report tonight can give us some lift. All right, so there's FNGU in the final hour right there. It's just selling off. All right, let's go back and take a look at some charts. Okay, so let's start off with energy, USO. All right, we got USO. I think I went through these before, didn't I? Higher low, higher high. Yeah, I've already done these. Let's go ahead and do the economic data. Boy, my memory's getting short. All right, so economic data. How come that's not popping up? How about that one? That one works. All right, US dollar index. Okay, you can see we closed here yesterday around 105.80 area. US dollar index. Let me push this up a little bit. Now pull it down. All right, so we got higher lows and higher highs, so still in an uptrend. So just kind of consolidating around this area right here. So we got ourselves a little bull flag, nice bullish pullback. So we'll see if we can, dollar's going to rise up, take out these highs. This is a challenge of those highs. Might need to rest and then finally break through later on. Or we may get a visit back to the 200. That would be really good for the market. If we came back and tested this minor support, you got a double top here, one there and one there. They may come back, test that minor support, and then rally from there. We'll see what happens. All right, so US dollar index still in an uptrend. Okay, still in an uptrend. All right, SPY max pain for today, 504. Isn't that my pivot? 504.30. Max pain is 504, and we have almost one put for every call right now, and those are for the options that expire today, so they could target 504. We'll see what happens. All right, so on the economic calendar, the main event today, the main event, GDP, 8:30. All right, I expect it to be pretty good. All right, I don't think GDP is going to slack today. May drift a little lower, but all in all, anything over 3 or 4 is pretty good. So we'll find out here in about 5 minutes. International trade goods. Alan, thank you for all your posts. I know you're right on top of that. Appreciate that. GDP 8:30, okay? International trade and goods 8:30. Jobless claims 8:30. Retail inventories 8:30. Busy hour here 8:30 today. Okay, wholesale inventories 8:30. All right, pending home sales at 10, and every Thursday at 10:30 we get a natural gas report. No Fed speakers there. No Fed speakers tomorrow. Tomorrow, personal income and outlays at 8:30. Consumer sentiment at 10. And that's it. And we're nearing the end of the month. Again, wow, this month went by fast. Okay, got some main events coming in for tonight. All right. Microsoft's going to report tonight. Only $3 trillion. Okay. Alphabet's going to report tonight. Almost, between the two of them, almost $4 trillion. Okay. Merck's going to report this morning, $321 billion. That's over $250 billion. AstraZeneca's reporting this morning, $219 billion. T-Mobile, not a big fan, by the way, $193 billion. They're going to report tonight. Caterpillar, $181 billion. They're going to report this morning. Total Energy's got to find a P&L. Comcast, big fan of Comcast, $160 billion. They're going to report this morning. Intel, going to report tonight, $144 billion. Big fan of Intel. Union Pacific, $144 billion. They're going to report this morning. S&P Global, $129 billion. Wow, a lot of market cap reporting this morning. Okay, but the big ones are tonight. Okay, $3 trillion Microsoft, $4 trillion between the two alphabets. All right, for tomorrow. All right, we got ExxonMobil, almost $500 billion going to report in the morning. Chevron, some more energy, going to report in the morning. $303 billion. Okay, that's $500 billion there. 303 billion. Make sure I get that right. Billion. AbbVie, $196 billion. They're going to report tomorrow morning. Fomento Económico Mexicano, they're going to report tomorrow morning. All right, could be a bank. It's $207 billion. All right, another one that can't find their P&L. And that's about it for the notables for tomorrow. Still some big ones on the energy side. That could move the energy markets. So there's Friday. So let's go take a look at, you know what we didn't take a look at? Let's take a look at SMH. All right, so here's SMH. Still in a downtrend because we broke this low. Okay. And yesterday's price action higher low, higher high, but closed below the bearish trap under the falling 17 EMA. So there's SMH, still in a downtrend. Nice to have these in an uptrend. That helps move the markets up. Okay, XLK, it's technology sector, doing the same thing. Okay, got a low, made a lower low. We're in a downtrend, daily downtrend on XLK and SMH, all right? So they usually tie together at the hip, but higher low, higher high, nice candle, but wrong color. Okay, closing below the bearish trap underneath the falling 17. That's XLK. Okay, let's take a look at XLF is our financials. Financials been doing pretty good. Look at this V bottom. See, that's what I was looking for with, FNGU. See the V bottom? That's what we like. You come down and you bounce up. We like that. Okay? We don't like the hockey stick where you come down and hang out. It kind of makes us think you're going lower. All right? You're just resting on the side of the road before you go low for a little further. Yesterday's price action, lower high, lower low, closing above the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. That's financials. Okay? Financials still in... financials are in a downtrend because they broke this low. Okay? But they are fighting it off right now. Okay? So there's XLF. IYT in a downtrend, breaking the low, making a lower low. Okay? Yesterday's price action. Higher low, higher high. See, that's the color we like. Okay? Higher low, higher high, closing over the bearish cross. The bullish cross over the under the 17 EMA right there, still in a downtrend. So we got financials in a downtrend. We got transports in a downtrend. We got semiconductors in a downtrend, and we got technology in a downtrend. It's no wonder the markets are in a downtrend, right? So there we go. All right, so I want to thank everybody. Remember, in about 8 minutes, we're going to get GDP. All right. Thank you for being here. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you at 4. All right. We'll do it again. For everybody in the room, go ahead. If you got any questions, go ahead and post them up in there. I'll do my best to answer them now. All right. And for everybody out there in video land, YouTube land, Facebook land, I'll see you at 4 p.m. All right. And I want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and my Facebook. I really appreciate that. Please leave kind words. Love the kind words. Thanks. All right. I'll see everybody out there in video land at 4. For those of you in the room, you guys know the marching orders. Red wipes out green. That's our entry. So everybody have a big day.